What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more J-Drum The Score, and we're going to return to a series of soundtracks that I did a number of reactions to way back in the earliest days of this playlist, which is to say for Code Blue, and as you can see, Code Blue here, I have a whole lot of material. It's a show that I think started in 2009, Season 1. We're going to listen to the soundtrack to Season 2, which I believe is 2010, but in between Seasons 1 and 2, there's a double-length special episode that's about an hour and a half, and then there's 7 years after Season 2, Season 3, which is brilliant, and then they finished the whole franchise off with the feature film, which is, I think, just called Code Blue the Movie, which was, I believe, 2018? So in any case, it's a very popular show, which is part of why it came back for multiple seasons in the first place. I've talked about this before, but most J-dramas are essentially planned to be one-off miniseries, but some are so popular and get such a big response that they come back for multiple seasons, and this is one of those. So yes, there's 3 seasons, a special episode in between, and a film, and I have the soundtrack for all 4. The only thing I don't have the soundtrack for is the special episode between Seasons 1 and 2, though I think it essentially uses the same music as Season 1. I could be wrong. In any case, I do enjoy the show overall a great deal. I think it's fantastic. I've talked about this in the previous Code Blue audio reactions, but it's about an emergency helicopter unit, which is to say medical professionals who are flown in during natural disasters, train derailments, and so on. Situations where there is immediate and serious medical attention needed. So it's a very dramatic and intense show when they arrive on scene and there's people who have been very badly injured. Luca's going to come up to my lap, I believe. And yes, the soundtrack for Season 2 is done by Sato Naoki, and we're going to listen to a track called Vivid Circling. Now, I probably mentioned this in the old audio reactions. The original season is from 2009, I believe, and back then, the company that releases these box sets internationally, it's a Malaysian company called DVD Version, they didn't always put the greatest attention to the quality of subtitles. So the only issue with Season 1 is that the first 3 or 4 episodes, brilliant, great subtitles, no problem. The final, I think, 5 episodes, or maybe 6, because I think there's 10 episodes, they're of a notably more mediocre quality, and part of that is because in the early days of this company, the translators they hired sometimes would use the Chinese rendering of certain kanjis, and that leads to distorted meaning in some of the subtitles. There's never a point where I think the meaning is truly opaque or impossible to understand, but the grammar of a lot of the sentences in episodes like 5 through 10 becomes a bit more, again, mediocre or so-so. Season 2, the special episodes, Season 2, Season 3 especially, they're all great. Season 3, it's fantastic from beginning to end, as well as the movie. So eventually the DVD Version company upped their game when it came to paying more attention to the subtitlers they were hiring. In any case, the point is we're going to listen to a track from Season 2, and it's called Vivid Circling. This is often played when meaning the team, and indeed, I should mention, on the team, not only is Yamapi and Erika Toda, an actor and an actress who are in a lot of things. Yamapi is like this multifaceted star. He's a singer, he's a talk show or like entertainment host, and also an actor in dramas. Not only are they in it, but if you look on the right here, you'll see Aragaki Wee, the star of Okitagami Kyoko, and also one of the main players in My Boss, My Hero. So this is another show where I found my way to it through following the acting careers of some of the people I was already familiar with. In any case, the Vivid Circling track is played when the team arrives on some of the serious situations, whether, again, it's a fire or a plane accident and so on. So it's a very intense tune, it's a very electronic tune. We do have a 303/acid, as well as a trance-style melody. Now, the soundtracks across the seasons, they have a very eclectic mixture of proper score-type tunes, songs, including, like, there's, in the Season 1 soundtrack, there's a track that's very, like, Brazilian-sounding, and there's also, again, electronic type tracks. This is one of those, so let's hear it. This is from the Code Blue Season 2 soundtrack by Sato Naoki. The track is Vivid Circling. like the blades of a helicopter. Reverse kick. Acid work is layered actually. It's like bass and melody. The slow motion helicopter blades. Again, I think it very well represents or illustrates the intensity of the scene when the team arrives. And I should mention, I probably talked about this in the previous Code Blue reactions, but all the members of the main team, save for the leader, the head doctor, who's like the senior doctor, they're all recent medical school graduates. So they're all becoming part of this elite team at a young age and, fresh out of school, and it's unclear which of them are going to be able to stay in the unit. Obviously, if you're in that type of intense, emergency situation type of response team, then you have to be quick, not only at diagnosing what someone is suffering from or what needs to be done to, stop the blood flow or whatever, but sometimes people might be overwhelmed if they see truly intense or gruesome injuries, and so, it's not a job for the faint of heart. So in the first season especially, there's a lot of, which one of these people is going to be able to stay in the team? Are they all going to make it? And Yamapi's character, Aizawa, he's sort of the, he's the cool customer, he's the best, but Aragaki Wii's character is also standout. She's just a bit more socially, shy and so on. So there's a lot of personal drama in conjunction with the incidental emergency medical situations that take place over the show. I do think Season 2, not only because it has consistently good subtitles, but I think it's even better than Season 1, and likewise Season 3, when they come back several years later, which that amount of time is supposed to pass. They don't just pretend, well, it's 1 year later. They write it into the story that it's several years after the first couple seasons. I think it's even better, and the movie that finishes it off is fantastic. So yeah, again, I wanted to get back to doing some of these reactions, and this show, I feel like I've only touched the surface because, again, I have 4 soundtrack CDs from it. And as I said, the only one I don't have is the one from the special episode, which I'm not even sure it exists. I think it's the same music as the first season. In any case, shout out to Sato Naoki. I don't remember in the moment. I can try to check. We'll see what Luca does. You should go into the chair, Luca. You should use the chair. There you go. Let me see if season 1... Okay, so the special episode, the music is also done by Sato Naoki. The first season, Sato Naoki. Okay, we'll see if when they came back for season 3, was it also Sato Naoki? It is. So, okay, yeah, the entire run of the show was done by Sato Naoki. Now, I don't know in the moment whether he also did the soundtrack to the film, but you would expect so, given the consistency of the show. In any case, let me know what you think of this, and I will see you next time. Peace.